Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Could turn into snow in the Red River Valley. Our First Alert Storm Team has declared a First Alert Weather Day, considering what's coming our way tomorrow. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson for the latest. And Hutch, doesn't look like there's a problem in the sky right now.
The Valley News Live First Alert Storm Team has issued a weather alert day.
You see a cloud in the sky. The reason this is a First Alert Weather Day for Saturday is because this is spring, and this system is going to be bringing a band of moderate to heavy snow, and it's coming with wind as well. There is a winter weather advisory you've seen crawling across the bottom of your screen. And it's mainly for our northern counties, but here in the south we'll also be experiencing some fairly brutal conditions as well. Get out and enjoy those upper 40s and low 50s tonight. Things are going to change, and here's the highlight of how they will change. A measurable snowfall. We are expecting that snow to range anywhere from a trace to just a little bit from this little weather wiggle here in Saskatchewan. Say an Alberta clipper, but since it's in Saskatchewan, let's call it a Saskatchewan screamer, shall we? As this thing screams through the region tomorrow, it's going to be snowing most for the longest period of time in the Devil's Lake Basin and just north of the FM area, the way things look. Many in these areas could see 3 inches or more. Isolated folks will see 6 inches or even a little more because temperatures above the ground, Mike, are just perfect for making snowflakes over the valley, believe it or not. So your planner for this evening shows get out and enjoy. We'll be dipping down into the 30s. Those clear skies will give way to clouds. And I'll have hour-by-hour details on when things start in your neighborhood as far as snow versus rain and the wind I think we'll all experience here. Those details in a few moments.
All right. Thanks, Hutch. A 24-year-old man has been arrested on a terrorizing charge after allegedly pointing a gun at someone in South Fargo. The incident included a couple-hour standoff at the 3600 block of 42nd Street South. Witnesses say Hayden Michael Bollinger put the gun into a garage and then walked off into a nearby field after pointing it at someone. Wanting to move some of that stuff you found while cleaning your closets during self-isolation? Garage sales are one of the most popular ways to do so, but with the pandemic, you need to keep your health in mind. Valley News Team's Callie Hubbard explains what you should do before you head for the for sale signs.
But I'm not going to let it stop me. They're garage sales. You can't pass it up.
People in the valley were excited when they saw a huge multi-party sale on Craigslist.
Shampoo, makeup,
stuff for the kids.
They're not letting COVID-19 throw a wrench in their search for treasure.
There's a lot of hygiene stuff, and so I figured that'd be probably a good thing to stock up on in case another thing comes about and we can't really move around a whole lot.
I'm excited, but I question it too. That's why I'm wearing the mask.
Others, this thrifty duo, felt a sense of uncertainty.
We were both pulling up and we were like, oh, what about this whole social distancing and, the fact that it's a garage sale and people's stuff's belongings are outside.
While there are no regulations in place surrounding garage sales, health experts say it's best to limit the number of people inside the garage. A person should clean and disinfect hot spots, use face coverings, and try to keep customers 6 feet apart.
There's a few more I'm going to next. It feels really good. Free.
Bottom line, the best deal these days is the payoff from protecting yourself and those around you. In Fargo, Callie Hubbard, Valley News Live.
Fargo Cass Public Health is waiting for the state to issue guidelines on community events like garage sales. To stay up to date on the latest on this, download our Valley News Live news app. Shoppers returned to West Acres Mall today as it reopened. All mall employees are wearing masks, and while the mall isn't requiring you to do the same, some stores are, and others have social distancing policies in place, such as limiting the number of customers that can come in at a time. Not all stores inside the mall have reopened. One local business owner says she did home delivery while the mall was closed, but she's glad it's finally reopened.
We're doing our best to make everybody comfortable.
The businesses that have stayed open, really with very little guidance from governmental oversight, have found ways to serve consumers safely.
The mall at West Acres has also changed to 11 in the afternoon as far as its hours, 11 to 6 at night. Some more stores are expected to open next week. North Dakota is loosening its guidelines for travel outside the state's boundaries. Governor Doug Burgum announcing today that people can travel freely to states with higher COVID-19 frequencies and not have to self-quarantine upon returning. The same would hold true for people from other states traveling to North Dakota. The governor today also had advice for North Dakotans that are traveling within the state.
If you are traveling, even around the state, always a good idea to minimize the number of stops. If you minimize the number of stops, minimize the number of interactions you have, the number of door handles you might touch, you're protecting yourself and your loved ones, because the less transmissible moments that you create or experience, the less likely that the virus is going to be able to continue moving.
Today's easing of travel restrictions does not include international travel, with the exception of Canada. Governor Burgum also says North Dakota will be getting a system similar to this one in Alabama that will decontaminate N95 masks to be reused. The governor said the system will allow up to 20,000 masks to be decontaminated per day, which could save hospitals and other healthcare providers hundreds of thousands of dollars. North Dakota is the 26th state to receive a system like this, and according to the governor, with this system, each mask can be used up to 3 times without degrading the filter. The death toll in North Dakota now sits at 33, 24 deaths from the virus. 4 of the people had the virus when they died, but that's not what killed them, and 5 cases are under investigation. Another 43 positive tests came in today from Cass County. Overall, 1,425 people have tested positive for the virus. 714 have recovered. Meanwhile, in Minnesota, state health officials are reporting more than 10,000 positive cases. The case count increased 723 from yesterday, bringing it to a total of 10,088. The death toll increased by 26 and is now at 532. 5,697 people are listed as recovered. A third person is in jail after a murder in Bemidji, where a man was found in a burned house with a gunshot wound to the head. 32-year-old Devin Belcourt of Bagley was arrested in Nadawash in connection with an incident on Sunday. That's when a man was found dead in the burning home and another man was found with gunshot wounds. Belcourt is charged with intentional murder, arson, and burglary with a dangerous weapon and explosive. 2 others have been charged, 38-year-old Travis Gunning with robbery and aiding an offender, and 30-year-old Rebecca Lockman is charged with aiding an offender. West Fargo Public Schools and Essentia Health are partnering to make sure the class of 2020 has a special in-person graduation. Community High School's ceremony will be on May 28th on the soccer field. Cheyenne and West Fargo High Schools will take place on May 31st on the football fields. Officials say wearing masks and keeping a 6-foot distance will be required. And for more information and the backup plan for unpredictable weather, you can find that on Valley News Live's news app. In Minnesota, state officials have released guidelines for graduation ceremonies, urging schools to host online or virtual ceremonies just to keep everyone home and safe. Right now, indoor graduations and ceremonies held outside in stadiums and football fields are not permitted. Cass County has installed a secure ballot drop box for this June's election. The drop box is at the Cass County Courthouse in Fargo, and ballots can be dropped off anytime until 4 in the afternoon on Election Day, which is June 9th. All 53 North Dakota counties are voting by mail this year due to the pandemic. And if you do vote by mail, ballots need to be postmarked no later than June 8th. Later on Valley News Live at 6, the latest job numbers are out, prompting economic concerns. What this likely will mean for you.
Hallock, this morning you weren't far from the teens. And if that wasn't a big slap in the face, we have snow in the forecast. I'll have hour-by-hour details on when it begins for your Saturday and how much you can expect to have to sweep or shovel off the driveway coming up next.